Good morning, YouTube. Just showing you the reality of it this morning. I'm on my cardio bike and I wanted to show you my heart rate monitor. So this is a chest strap heart rate monitor. This is what I use to track my heart rate and my cardio. So my cardio heart rate target is between 130 and 140. That is the fat burning zone. Basically, it's just keeping me out of the endurance zone of cardio, which would be more fatiguing. And when we're in a prep, we're trying to maintain muscle mass and endurance. Cardio is not what we want to be doing for recovery, because if we can't recover well, then we won't be able to put all that energy into our training. So that's why I wear a heart strap monitor. Now, usually, I also wear a sweat belt just to help me get a bit of a sweat on, but as it is so warm right now this summer, we don't need that. I am dripping wet. Sorry to leave you with that image, but yes. So I've got a minute left on here. I'm going to get outside for my first block of steps. Sorry for the shaky camera, but you know me, it is very unprofessional filming, very unprofessional editing, and this is how we roll on this channel. And now I'm out for my first round of steps this morning, but I've done my check-in this morning, new low weigh-in, and I've done some comparison pictures from the same time last year, same weeks out from my shows last year, and it's remarkably different. So I've had some food changes, I've had some changes since I last did a video. Just let the car go by, but I've got more steps now, less food, and I'm feeling it. But seeing my pictures today, seeing a real good change in the physique has spurred me on a little bit. So I will update you guys on the changes, but probably won't show you all my food today because, no lie, it is 4 meals of chicken and vegetables and 2 meals of oats. So that is what we're working with right now on a rest day. Training day is not much better, to be quite honest with you, but a little bit better. But anyway, gonna get these steps boxed off. I'm just doing training video analysis as I go now for clients before I get home and start client check-ins for today. And I've also got a posing lesson today with my lovely friend who's helping me out. So we'll try and get all of that filmed for you guys.
And here we have first meal. So I thought I would show you this because this has changed. And this is my attempt to make it look pretty, by the way. But this is 100 grams of raw weight chicken, 50 grams of spinach, and 25 grams of avocado with, of course, pink salt. My vitamins, first coffee of the day, and the rest of my glutamine and creatine. In my office, but I'm on to my next meal now. So this is 100 grams of raw weight chicken and lettuce. I have heated it up in the pan, put some pink salt on it just to try and give this, I mean, I'm not doing a very good job of selling this bikini lifestyle to you, am I, with the meals on this vlog? But I promise you, I'm looking forward to this. I really am. And this is my second coffee.
Honestly, I really don't care about the food at this point. It is such a switch that you go through in prep, whereas your food is literally your fuel, and that is all that it sort of becomes. And the way I do it is, I still love my oat meals, and I'll save those until the very end of the day, and it's like that's my little reward at the end of the day for having these meat and veggies, boring AF. But then I've got my oatmeals at the end of the day to look forward to, where I get a bit of chocolate, I get some fruit, I get my whey paste, and they're like my little reward at the end of the day for working so hard, starving myself. They're my little reward at the end of the day. And these are the weird mental mind games that you need to sort of strategically have in place when you're on a prep, so that your days aren't, doom and gloom in regards to food. And you do still have those little rewards that you have in, whether that be a Diet Pepsi or, give yourself, an extra coffee at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or something. Like, just have these little things, because mentally, even though if you were to say, Fiona, your reward at the end of a day is, 10 grams of chocolate instead of 5 grams of chocolate, you know, you tell me that in my off season, I would be like, well, that's not a reward. But you get to the point in prep where those things really do become a reward. And it's just being strategic with your mindset, because what is the other option? It is, you know, Groundhog Day every single day for 12 weeks. Like, that is not going to get you very, very far in prep scenarios. So being strategic with your food, being strategic with your mindset, seeing things as little rewards, you know, and understanding this is temporary. And really, if we don't do this, we don't get the physique, right? And it's literally as simple as that. So pushing through these days, like pushing through, it's more so like, okay, how can I rewire my mindset to just make this feel way more positive than it probably would be, you know, in reality. So just a little bit of a motivational spiel for you all there, because like I said, I know you're probably looking at this food thinking, how the hell are you doing this? Anybody that's not prepped before will be thinking that, but it's honestly, it's always that thing, isn't it? The thought of doing something is way worse than actually doing it. Like, this isn't hard. Like, it's not hard. In reality, put things into perspective, this isn't hard. It really isn't. So yeah. Anyway, guys, so I've just come to the gym, the local gym, because I am meeting my friend to do some posing. And did I forget to mention that my friend is IFBB Bikini Pro, Kerry Sexton. So very fortunate to have Kerry is a really close friend, and you know, I reached out to Kerry and was like, look, you need to whip me into shape with my posing. So she's just agreed to just help me out. Bless her. She's the best, and she is the only UK bikini pro that is qualified for this year's Mr. Olympia, so the Super Bowl of our sport. And you know, it is just such a massive achievement, and her winning that qualification last year, I think, you know, is just testament to the athlete that she is. She is incredible at what she does. She's been in the industry for years. She's someone that I look up to. She's helped me a lot over the years and just developed my own bodybuilding. So massively grateful to her. But we are going to do a posing session. She's going to help me out with my front pose and my back pose, and then she's going to look at my walk as well. So my front pose, we are just going to try to hide my quad a little bit more. It is a little bit overpowering at the moment in my front pose. Now, it's not something I'm too worried about, because as I get leaner, my quads really do disappear. Because I don't train them, I do feel like they do diet down a little bit, so that's cool. And then my back pose, I feel like this is just not as good as it could be, so we're just going to work on those things. I do feel like overall my posing experience has improved a lot over the years. Definitely last season I was working with a posing coach full time, so every single month we would do check-ins and a lesson, and her name is Marnie, and she's also a close friend of mine. She owns Rocket Posing, and she really did get me to the point where I stopped looking so amateur and now look like more professional, and Kerry's just going to help me fine-tune this year, so I'm excited for it. And I think she's here, so I'm going to get myself inside.
So you're here. So we're here, you're about here, aren't you? Yeah. Here, so it's one. Look, start to twist.
Yeah.
Drop, keeping this stretched.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then you'll find as well, it's easier. I do it forever. My clients, I have like half an hour blocks.
You're really good at it.
But I do it for 45, 50 minutes. I'm like, have you got 10 minutes extra? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yes, okay. It's straight, yeah. Right, so yeah, just go as far back as you can. Well, actually, you've got it on thingy, haven't you?
Yeah, is that okay that it doesn't
Yeah.
distort your body? Is it? It's just because it's too...
No, I think it only distorts it when you're like close to it, so you're fine. You're fine.
Right then, so new front.
Yes.
So one
And we just want to stay just proud in the chest, and we just want to make sure we're
that's what I want to know.
there.
And what do you think, duh or duh?
There. Okay.
So then this is what we're
Yeah, you'll keep the waist just kind of where it is, to be honest. Keep the waist in. Good. And now we look to the back, start to rotate, and then we do 1, 2, 3. Then we're hitting up our deadlift vibes. And not pushing back too much. Good. And then we're keeping, I can't see from here, the left elbow, we said, was meant to come in, or was it the right?
Was it this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, so leave it where it was, but just literally rotate it backwards slightly. Good. Now we'll come back round.
Will I have to practice that, keeping that?
Yeah, we'll go through that. Okay, and then into your front pose.
That was
the new one. And just that way. Good. Yeah, this elongation waist a little more.
It does look so much better. I never thought about that weight thing.
Welcome back, guys. It is now the next day. I failed massively in continuing my vlogging after my posing session with Kerry. It was a great posing session. We did make some changes. I put some clips in just before this clip of, you know, our session together, and just, yeah, thank you, because Kerry's attention to detail was really good, and it just really did help me in knowing what I need to work on for my posing this season. So that was really great, but my word, did I crash when I got home. Yeah, energy just left the chat. Posing is hard, by the way, and for all you competitors that are probably new to the sport, or maybe posing is something that you've never really invested that much time and attention into, that is honestly a mistake you're making, because posing is hard. Okay, it's like one of the hardest things. It's one of the hardest things in relation to skill, probably in bodybuilding. Like the skill of posing is very hard. If you don't have a performance background, so if you were never a dancer or anything like that, honestly, posing is something you need to invest a lot of money into and a lot of time into. Yes, it is money and it is time, but what is the point in putting yourself through the bodybuilding journey, you know, killing yourself in the gym, killing yourself through a prep, to then step on stage and look completely out of place and look really like just not good, because you don't know how to present your physique. I have had women on stage with me with way better physiques that have done worse than me because they just can't pose. So I have outposed better physiques, you know, and I'll say that, you know, even last season, this woman had a ton more muscle than me, but she was not posing it at all in the right way, and it's what it cost her a place in, essentially. So don't be that person, you know, invest time and money into it, and invest in reputable posing coaches, people that have either walked the walk or have really good credentials. I have always tried to work with the best, because if I'm going to learn something as specific as posing and as skillful, then I need to know I'm getting the direction from the right people. So I've always worked with, you know, posing coaches that have been in the game for years, or professional athletes that have done multiple shows, and, you know, they've been there under those stage lights in those circumstances. So just a little bit more on the posing side of things, because, you know, through my 2-year off season before competing last year, it's something I invested a lot of money and time into. And even from a first-timer athlete, you know, I paid the best posing coach in the country, because there was only one way back then. There was one woman that everyone went to, and, you know, she was extortionate. But what was the point in me learning poor posing? Because it's a domino effect, right? It's like Chinese whispers, you know, you hear from, you know, whoever, and it's just not going to translate well. You need to learn from people that taught people, okay, and they understand how to teach posing, and they can see your physique, okay? So yeah, that's just a little bit of a blurb from me about posing, because it is so important. And
I think, you know, as a first timer, you know, you're not going to get it right. You're not as much, you know, you really won't. You will make mistakes with posing, and there will be things that don't look good, but learn from it, okay? I still know, even though I did pay that best posing coach in the country all that money, like, still things were off, and, you know, because I didn't have experience, right? And the more experience you get, the better your posing is going to be. The more you'll find your own flair, your own flow. But essentially, you just need to make sure that the judges are seeing your best parts and they're not seeing your worst parts. And you also need to make sure that you understand this is a show. You're supposed to be presenting yourself, okay? And it's not just somewhere for you to, you know, crawl up on stage looking all nervous, and then, you know, because judges don't want to see that, okay? So hopefully, you know, you guys take away from that a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of value. But anyway, I'm actually going to wrap this vlog up here. So I'm actually doing something exciting at the moment. I'm having a diet break, guys. So next vlog is going to be all about some carbohydrates. Some carbohydrates going in the tank, filling the tank up. So keep tuned for that one. Stay tuned for that one, because that'll be a fun one. But yeah, I think a couple of weeks of just vegetables and chicken, the body is ready for a bit of a regassing, a bit more fuel, because I've been feeling like a dead person. So we've still got another half of prep to go, and we need to freshen up. And that's what this diet break is going to be all about. But anyway, we are experiencing another heat wave at the moment, these last few days and over the weekend. And so my diet breaks come at a great time, because I don't need to be in the gym this weekend. So me and Josh are going to have a nice date day tomorrow. We're going to go shopping tonight and get a coffee. So yeah, it's going to be a nice couple of days. But I will vlog a day of my diet break, so you guys can see what I'm eating, how I'm refueling for the second half of this prep. But yeah, super excited. Lots of exciting things to come now. We're getting a little bit closer to show, you know, photo shoots, bikini choosing, all of that sort of thing. So I'm going to take you guys along. But anyway, thanks for watching this one. Sorry it was a bit short and sweet. Sorry my energy was lacking. But I feel it coming back already, and we're only on day one of the diet break. So yeah, it's going to be a good one. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next one.